Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Disney Dust. It's DisneyDwayne here, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it does feel like Disney hasn't released a movie in quite some time, hasn't it? In any case, I'm really happy to be talking about the Nutcracker and the Four Realms, and before we get into spoilers, let's talk a little bit about the story itself. Now, this is based off a ballet, which is based off an original story called The Nutcracker and the Mouse King. The ballet was of course written by Tchaikovsky, the music that is, and includes the Sugar Plum Fairy, which isn't a part of the original story. Now, Disney's adaptation is different to the ballet and the original story in itself. It's got its own story. So in any case, makes me wonder why they didn't turn this original adaptation into an animated movie, like a 2D one, you know, going back to its roots, for which it's really strong for. Usually live action stories, from what I know, are like Alice in Wonderland, are based off animated classics that they've already done, and that's not including, of course, A Wrinkle in Time. So there are these weird little live action movies coming up, which I don't know what the impetus of it is, or where it's from. It does look beautiful, it's stunning, very meticulous detail in its costumes, sets, and props. It's just stunning work all around. So good job, team. Just so beautiful. It's not original in a sense because it does remind me, it's got flavors of the Chronicles of Narnia, as well as Alice in Wonderland, and even some of A Wrinkle in Time. In fact, Reese Witherspoon, Keira Knightley is so much like her in many ways. And I just want to talk about the acting really quick right off the bat. Keira Knightley and Reese Witherspoon and, you know, Anne Hathaway, these characters played in these movies I've mentioned are a little bit affected characters. So it's hard to play affected characters without being annoying, and I think that Keira did just a great job without getting almost annoying, but like without getting too annoying. Now we're gonna get into spoilers. So it's a promising start, you know, there's a mystery to it. The mother's disappeared. She's in fact passed away, we find out, and we don't know why though, so we want to know why. So these are great questions that are starting. Also, she's left behind for Clara a ornament egg sort of a box in which there's a gift for her inside. So that's another mystery. And then she talks to her godfather, Dee, and he's created this box. He's a clockmaker in general, and so he at Christmas usually gives out gifts to children anyway. So they all follow these threads that he's put across the whole house. It's a gorgeous house, by the way. And Clara herself follows this thread to the key that opens this box. And this thread actually leads her to a whole different world. In fact, a world of 4 other realms. And where we discover these characters who were previously toys but who have come to life with feelings and emotions because of her mother, who is the queen of the realm, apparently. So we start to realize that there are many questions now unanswered. Also, the thing that bugged me was, why was this key out in the open for a mouse to take and run away with? Because later we find out that this key is so important. It also controls a machine that is responsible for changing the toys into real life characters, and vice versa. So it happens both ways. So that's a bit annoying. Why is this key left out in the open? And how much does Dee know about this realm? And also, how much about the mother story does Dee know, which he hasn't told Clara, and why not, right? Basically, these questions start coming up that don't get answered, and it starts to really just weigh in on me. You know, I start getting a little bit frustrated because I want to know why. It would make all the fighting worth something if these answers were incorporated into the unfolding of the story, which never happens. So there are other questions now that I also want to know, like what happened with the 4 guardians? I mean, if they were that close, right? Follow along with me here. If they were that close as friends before the fallout, and if the reason that the Sugar Plum Fairy changed was because the mother left and it hurt her, first of all, why did the mother not come back? If that hurt her so much, that change in her character would have been obvious enough to everybody around her for them to help her, at least try to. But it seems, though, that she's banished Helen Mirren, I don't know for what reason, but she still managed to convince the other two that nothing has changed with her. She's still good, and Helen Mirren, who plays the Mother Ginger, is the bad person. My big question is, once Mother Ginger has been banished, shouldn't then the Sugar Plum Fairy act upon what she wants to do? But no, she's still played the good guy. So it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Well, you know, I think in general it's very drastic, and it's not enough for an audience to just know that she has turned vengeful or bad just because Clara's mother has left. It's just not enough. Other questions I have include, what's the difference between the toys changing into hollow toys as opposed to the original toys who have feelings and emotions? Why is there the difference? It's not explained. So, all in all, this was, or rather could have been, a really good movie if they've answered these questions. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. I gave Wrinkle in Time 6, so this is slightly better. Do you think there should be a sequel to explain these things? In any case, let me know in the comments below what you think about this movie. Also, I've got new announcements coming up, some Disney performances that I'm scheduled for, which I'm very excited to announce in time to come, and also a trip to Japan where you'll be seeing more videos on Disneyland in Tokyo, as well as Disney Seas. Till the next one, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. See you later. Bye!